You can either have vampires that look like demons, or you can have vampires that look like Radu. But there are no vampires that look like Edward.
Welcome to the horror show. You realize there is nowhere to run. Don't know, came to fight. Paranoia is getting you alive.
Subspecies, the 1991 full moon cult classic. This is one of my favorite low-budget vampire movies. The plot: 3 women stay at the Prejmir Castle in Romania, where they study ancient folklore, namely vampires. However, one night, a man named Stefan, whom also is there to study as well, makes himself known. He has a dark secret, however. He is the half-brother to a vampire named Radu, played by Andre Hove of Critters 4 fame. Because that movie is just so well known. Radu has come to claim the Bloodstone from his father, played by Angus Scrimm. Rest in peace. And now that he has it, he searches for 3 brides. At least, that's what I think he's doing. He never flat out says he needs 3 brides. But then why else would he be after the trio of women that are the main characters in this movie? Who cares? It is time to talk about this awesome movie. Andre Hove was born to play Radu Vladislas. His raspy voice, ghoulish appearance, and quotable poetic dialogue make him one of my favorite vampires on film. Now, while this movie is great to watch, it is far from perfect. It still needed some touch-ups on certain things that are fixed in future installments. For one, the acting isn't all that great. I thought the 2 supporting female characters did a better job than the main woman. Stefan was a weak and pathetic vampire, but a charming, straightforward character nonetheless. I think my favorite human character would actually have to be Carl and his crazy eyebrows. He goes into the final scene in full attack mode and kicks all sorts of vampire butt. In Romania, people don't look at Dracula as we hear of him as. They say he was a great man, and that Bram Stoker was a stupid American who wrote a fictional tale for children. It is very interesting watching the making of these films from Videozone. Very informative stuff. Ted Nicolau, director of every Subspecies movie, as well as Terrorvision, Bad Channels, and Dragon World, which is a childhood favorite of mine. Dragon World. He definitely makes this his own. He is a competent director with pocket change. He also sounds a lot like Steven Spielberg. Vocally, that is. Visually. No. There is some wonderfully atmospheric scenery in this movie, and it exceeds in vampire terror. The gore, the effects are pretty cheap, to be honest. There isn't much gore, and what there is of it is mild compared to the later entries. Even Radu's imps, which are cool looking and have an origin of being Radu's fingers, the fuck, are done via stop animation and look like CGI for most of it. And they are not just imps. They're the subspecies. I actually would have preferred the men in the suits like they originally shot and intended to use. The musical score, music, plays a very important part in this entire franchise. It's a character all its own. I also love the trombone or horn it plays whenever Radu appears on screen. It sounds devious and evil. The main theme is also very fantasy-esque, and even appropriately gothic. Speaking of music and gothic elements, it definitely appears that a lot of black metal bands wouldn't be the same if it weren't for Subspecies. Radu is literally the inspiration for quite a few black metal bands, if I'm not mistaken. Subspecies is not only an awesome title for a vampire movie, but a well-shot, executed, and performed film as well. The use of location makes for a very pleasurable viewing experience. Radu Vladislas is a great character, and the story is rich in folklore and legends that give the film an authentic feel. This is also the first American film to be filmed in Romania. It definitely takes in its surroundings and easily sucks you into this world. However, some of the acting could have been more believable. There could have been more gore, but I wouldn't hold that against the film too much, because this didn't absolutely need it. And some of the characters could have been more useful. Stefan! It's still an enjoyable watch, and I highly recommend it. Overall, I give Subspecies a 3.5 out of 5. Jasons! I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below to leave comments and subscribe.